There's no doubt if you're successful in your total and permanent disability claim and receive a lump sum payout, that it could be the deciding factor as to whether you get your life back on track. So I'm going to run through some common TPD misconceptions and a case study that'll give you a better understanding of whether you're eligible to make a claim. When it comes to TPD claims, different superannuation funds have different definitions to qualify for a lump sum payout. But generally, if you've been unable to work due to injury or illness for an extended period of time, which is usually considered more than 3 months, and you have no expectation to return to work or work you're qualified for, then you may be entitled to a TPD payout. Before I move on to the case study, there are 3 common TPD misconceptions that I want to clear up. Firstly, that if you already have a claim, like a workers' comp claim or public liability claim, you can't claim TPD. This is not true. Other types of claims do not prevent you from lodging a TPD claim. You can only make one TPD claim. This might be true for other areas of law, but not necessarily true for TPD. If you have multiple superannuation accounts, you may be able to claim from all of them. And finally, you have to have a large amount in your super to claim. This is also not true. The size of your account balance is not likely to matter so long as the premiums were paid. We recently resolved a number of claims for a client that actually dispel all 3 of these misconceptions. This client had a significant leg injury when a vehicle ran over his leg whilst working as a labourer on a construction site. Aside from his workers' compensation claim, it became clear early on that his injuries were so significant that he was not going to work for 3 months and that he was unlikely to return to work in any occupation for which he was qualified for. As it turns out, he had 2 superannuation accounts, one with an account balance of approximately $800 and the other with an account balance of just over $1,000. His low account balances were due to the fact that he was young and had just moved to Australia. We were successful in lodging TPD claims against both of his superannuation policies. In the end, he received a gross amount of approximately $330,000 for one policy and $400,000 for the other. This example highlights that other forms of compensation do not stop you making a TPD claim. You can make multiple TPD claims, and a low account balance is irrelevant. Hopefully, this has been helpful to you. But if you're still unsure about TPD or need help with your claim, call Law Partners and have a confidential conversation with one of our specialist TPD lawyers today.